The decision 3 for LeBron now on ESPN.com. Our Kevin Pelton writes how the Rockets can make the necessary moves to bring the King to Houston. Here's what he says needs to happen. First, LeBron needs to opt into his deal of $35.6 million for next season, hold off free agency until next offseason, and then get traded to Houston. This would be the same route Chris Paul did last offseason when he was dealt to H-Town. The second part for the Rockets to land LeBron, find a taker of Ryan Anderson's contract. He has 2 years, almost $42 million left on his current deal. Any deal with Anderson involved may have to include a third team to take his contract. If Houston and Cleveland were unable to make a deal with Anderson involved, then part 3, building a trade for LeBron without Anderson's deal. The Rockets would have to send at least $28.4 million in contracts back to Cleveland, and this type of deal could see at least 6 players go to the Cavaliers. A lot of things have to happen. Brian Windhorst on another decision ahead.
There's going to be a lot of conversation of what LeBron should do.
If you're LeBron, where would you go?
I don't think anybody would be shocked if he does leave.
Nobody knows what he's going to do this offseason.
LeBron James' basketball season is over.
Will it be the last time he wears a Cavalier uniform?
LeBron James' free agency season is about to open. James has said many times he wants to finish his career in Cleveland, but things have gotten complicated. As this season showed, the Cavs have regressed. Their future is unsure. James has to make a decision about how to spend his last act. And there are several factors to consider. What would leaving do to his legacy? 2 years ago, he not only secured one of the most improbable championships of all time, but hero status in Cleveland. Can he cash in some of it to make one last move? Or will people hold his words of finishing his career at home against him? What about James and Cavs owner Dan Gilbert? Can they trust each other? They've been playing chicken for a year now. Can these two men really enter into a 5-year agreement to work together? What about LeBron's option? He has one next season for $36 million. He could pick it up and roll the decision over, stay at home, and put off locking himself in to see how things play out. Or he could take the Chris Paul route and use that option as leverage to demand a trade from Cleveland. There's a long time between now and June 29th when LeBron has to decide on that option, and there's no such thing as tampering between players.
Where will LeBron be playing next
I
year?
just can't come up with a better fit than the Philadelphia 76ers.
I could see why he'd want to play in L.A.
I think he'll stay in Cleveland. I have yet to see an option that makes me go, he's out.
And it's hard to imagine that LeBron James is going to stay in
I
Cleveland.
don't think LeBron knows where he's going right now.
Will Kobe call him to half of the Lakers? Will his friend CP3 reach out to discuss Houston? What about fellow free agent Paul George? Or will Ben Simmons call about Philly? Forget about team pitches in July. Player recruiting season is wide open right now. Then there's his family. His wife Savannah is from Akron. His 2 sons are basketball stars, soon to start high school. He has a deep-rooted foundation that's aimed at helping thousands of children in his hometown. It's more challenging than ever for him to pull up stakes.
LeBron James captures that elusive title. James pulls up, puts it in. It's back-to-back titles for the Heat. The Cleveland Cavaliers are the world champions. LeBron James leading the way with a triple-double.
The 2 times James has moved, he's changed the balance of power in the NBA. At age 33, he still has that juice. These are high-pressure times, and there's a lot on the line. And it's never been more complicated.
Brian Windhorst reporting. How about this? The notable potential free agents this summer. Some of the key figures in the sweepstakes could be Chris Paul and Paul George. If the Rockets want to land LeBron, got to make sure you keep CP3 there, that considering their friendship and relationship. And while PG-13 has been connected to the Lakers for quite some time.
Taking it through another Monday, we're going to show you one of the best displays of sportsmanship you will see all year. That's coming up later, but we do start, Kevin, in the NBA.
Yeah, there's no offseason here, Michael.
No.
The draft is 10 days away, and June 29th is the deadline for the best player on the planet to decide if we'll have another summer of LeBron. If LeBron decides to opt out of his final year, that would set up decision 3.0. Before we get into the potential destinations, first, LeBron has to decline his $35.6 million player option for the upcoming season in order to become an unrestricted free agent. The Cavs can offer LeBron more money than any other team. The team's max is worth a projected $205 million over 5 years. All the other contenders in the sweepstakes, likely the Rockets, the Sixers, and the Lakers, can only offer him at most a max worth projected $152 million over 4 years. And right now, the odds show the Lakers are the front runner, followed by the Rockets. The Cavs and Sixers tied for the third best odds. The man who played a big role in the original decision, Dwayne Wade, weighed in on LeBron's thought process heading into this decision.